Folks, this is the freeze dryer. It has made it in. So FedEx is delivering the freeze dryer for us. So yeah, I'm a bit excited. We'll get her all delivered and unpacked. Well, our HarvestRight freeze dryer has made it in. Very good. I was surprised. I knew it was coming in August, but I forgot the time frame. I've ordered a few things. I've also ordered the beehives. They have not made it in yet, so I just lost track of time. It just went by so fast. So this here is how it comes. It's on a pallet. I did not videotape bringing it up the driveway because we have a gravel driveway. And the FedEx guy had a big heavy-duty dolly, but I had to help him bring it up the driveway because the dolly was getting stuck in the gravel. So he was pulling and I was pushing, just holding it steady. But this top piece just lifts right off. There you go. And there is the unit. There is a warning: do not lift the freeze dryer by holding onto the door. Well, that should go without saying, but it takes all kinds. I'm sure someone will try to lift it by the door. And this is the plastic. Take that off. And let's see here. There's something on the inside. Vacuum pressure test, refrigeration test. Okay, so they've checked it, all the tests. It was inspected. There's the person's initial who inspected it. So it all looks good. Let me move the camera around. So this is the big freeze dryer with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. So we'll open her up. And I don't know. I think those come off. They may be there for shipping, but I'll leave it on for now. And while I get it all unpacked and set up, this is like protecting plastic. But it's just like the one we have inside now that I bought from a buddy of mine. This is where we connect the vacuum hose to. Again, the connections around back. Let's see, there is where you plug it into the wall. You plug the pump here, and this is your on-off switch for the unit. So that's what it looks like. Well, I guess I'm just seeing this notice. It says inspect your package before you sign for it and before the courier leaves. Well, the carrier is left. I've already signed for it. I'll just go ahead and open it. I don't think that courier is going to sit around and wait and see me open my packet. But let's go ahead and open it. It's a little too late to do the right thing now, they say. Let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have here the 5 trays that came in the box. This is a 50-pack HarvestRight Mylar bags. We have the oxygen absorbers, 50 absorbers, 700 cc. Then we have the owner's manual, guide to freeze drying. Yeah, stop important notice. This is the vacuum pump hose to go from the pump to the unit. There is the plug for the unit. Here is a firmware troubleshooting guide. We'll put that there. And what came in this box, the impulse sealer. This is the impulse sealer. This is to seal your Mylar bags. So once you have put your product in your bags, this here will seal the top. That will be the heating element. Then I went ahead and ordered some extra high, the premium high vacuum pump oil, and then the oil filter. I do not remember whether this came in the packet or whether I ordered that special, but I know You got one order. I think I ordered another one. I can't remember what I ordered separate, but I do know this Premier vacuum pump that came in the packet, and all of this other stuff here came in the packet. Looking good. Let's get it all put up and put together. Okay, so what I'll do now is first off I will disconnect and take out my buddy's unit, bring it out here and put it inside the truck so I can deliver that back to him tonight. And then I will get this one set up and installed, and that's where this one will be. Well, it is mine, so it'll be there permanently, and we will play with it later on tonight. I'll find something to run through it. I have a freezer full of meat over in the corner there, and we have to get a lot of that run through the freeze dryer. Well, we've got the unit in place, and this is the laundry room, so my wife has a load of laundry going, so we may hear that a little bit. So this here is the plug for the freeze dryer itself, and this is the vacuum hose that goes from the pump to the freeze dryer. And as you can see, this is a much different pump than the one I had before, or that my friend has on his unit. So these come right off here. These just slide right off. And let's go ahead and take this one off there. So it's a very easy setup. Pretty much you're gonna screw these hose on. We're gonna make them just hand tight. You don't want to over tighten it. And then we're just gonna put it right here onto the unit. So we have screwed this end of the hose hand tight on the pump, and this end hand tight onto the unit. Now I have not put any oil in this pump as yet. So it's a little dark back here. So you have two plugs. You have the male and the female. The female plug is where the pump goes in. The male is where you plug for the unit to go into the wall. So we'll go ahead and plug in the pump first, and then we'll plug it into the wall. And the unit is in an off position. So this here is the plug for the pump. We'll go ahead and plug that in first, and then I'll come around here with my flashlight and show you. That's where the plug for the pump goes, and then this other one is for the wall outlet. We'll go ahead and plug that in also. Well, we have a minor problem. I plugged it into the unit, but trying to get this into the wall, I do not have that connection. I have two flats here. I don't have a flat and a twisty. So I've never seen this before, so I might have to change my wall outlet. The old unit was not like this. The old unit plugged directly into my existing wall outlet. So I will have to see what is going on there. Might have to get a new outlet and change up my outlet. Might have to make a trip to Lowe's or Home Depot for that. That's a bit of a surprise, so was not expecting that. I came into the garage to look at the old plug for the old unit, and as you can see, that fits directly into a regular outlet. Nothing special about that. And this end is identical to the other end, but this end has changed. So I'll have to get that sorted out. Let's go to the handy dandy owner's manual and see what has changed and why. So I've looked up this plug, and it's a NEMA 520 receptacle that is needed. So even though my outlet is a dedicated 20 amp outlet, I guess it's the old outlets. So we now need to get a new outlet, a dedicated 20 amp outlet. So they run about $5-6 at Lowe's or Home Depot. So I will go to Lowe's or Home Depot sometime this afternoon, pick one up, trade it out, and then we will continue. Alrighty, we're now in Lowe's. Have to locate that piece we need. Let's see. I think that's it. There you go. That's a 20 amp, 125 volt back and side wire. That's 347. So that's what we need right there. We'll go ahead and run with this and get this installed. Okay guys, I'm back from Lowe's and I have installed the correct outlet. Now that we have this plug set up, or the outlet set up, I'm going to put some oil in the unit. I've got a nice little funnel so I don't make too much of a mess. Now this is the oil that came in the box with the pump, and those other two oils, those were additional that I ordered. So we'll go ahead and get this here opened up, and we want to be careful when we pour this in. Keep an eye on that side glass. Very good. We've got it at the just beneath the max mark. Ooh. Excellent. Looking good, looking good. Now we'll go ahead and plug it up. We couldn't plug it up earlier because the outlet was the wrong one. So we'll plug it up now. And then we will turn it on. Very good. It's loading. So we've got power. System name. Now we'll go through the naming the system and all that initial fun stuff. So at this stage, the manual said hit this leaf right here. That'll take us through a functional testing phase. So what we want to do is turn the freeze on, toggle the freeze. Okay, very good. And then that freeze will go through its system, doing a functional testing to see how it goes. So we'll let this run for a while and we'll be back. So I'm not a big manual reader. I normally don't. But there's so much going on that I figure I better read the manual to figure this thing out. So we have it in the functional testing mode, and it says to let it run in freeze for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we then turn on the vacuum. Turn the vacuum on, let that run for 20 to 30 minutes. And then the pressure should fall below 500 millitors. And if it does not fall below that, that means there's a leak somewhere in the system. We haven't sealed it properly. So we can see the door is sealed properly. We know we tighten those up, and we know that we have closed the valve, the drain valve. So everything is closed, and we'll just let it run and do its thing. The temperature is dropping, and we'll just let that run for the next 30 minutes and we'll see what happens next. We've had the unit running for 32 minutes. It said we let it run for around 30 minutes. The temperature has dropped to -49. The tray is now at 41, and now we need to toggle the vacuum on. Okay, so the vacuum is on, the pump turned on, and then the pressure is supposed to start dropping. We let this run for 30 minutes, and then the pressure should get to below 500. That will tell us that our system is working properly and we are ready to use. That will send us through the functional testing mode. So we'll be back in 30 minutes or a little bit more. So we see that the vacuum has been running for 22 minutes and the pressure is at 281 millitors, below 500. So once it's below 500, that means that everything is working very well. The temperature is inside at 64 degrees, and the tray is, I'm sorry, -64. The tray is 26. So with that, our test is successful. We'll hit the done button, and that should turn off everything. Very good. Now we know that the unit is ready to be used. So we'll open up the valve over here. Now they're sucking air in to release the vacuum. And once it has released all the vacuum, we can go ahead and open the door. Excellent. Now we can open the door. You can go ahead and close the door. I'll leave the valve open, so as that melts off, that will run down into the bucket down the drain. But that's what it is. We have set it up, hooked up the pump. We changed the outlet to make sure that it's a dedicated 20 amp outlet, and we've run the system through the test. The system has tested successfully, and now it's ready to be used. We've turned the unit off. It has passed the test. We have installed the vacuum pump, changed out the outlet, put in the correct outlet. So that's something that you need to be aware of if you're going to be buying one of these, the newer, well, the large. From my understanding, it's only the large freeze dryer need that dedicated 20 amp outlet. The small and medium, you can use the regular outlets, but for the large, you have to change out that outlet. I did not know that because my buddy's unit is a large, the original, not original, but one of the older units, which is a large, plugged into the regular outlet. But now the new larges change that outlet and you'll be good to go. But that's it, folks. We've done everything, shut her down, and